Good late afternoon and early evening on this relatively mild but yet somewhat cooler than the hot conditions we had earlier this afternoon when we hit a high of 92 degrees and a very sticky, muggy dew point of 71. But we had those strong thunderstorms move through the Metro Detroit area mid-afternoon, and it's cooled us off quite nicely with temperatures now hovering around 70, but still very muggy. Going to be a very warm night tonight and a very warm day tomorrow. And then we get slightly less humid and noticeably less humid as we work our way later into the weekend, and we set the stage for a beautiful holiday weekend with highs in the upper 70s, seasonable humidity on the low side, and an absolute gorgeous weekend set up with some scattered showers, right, on this increasingly dark late afternoon, but then it'll become increasingly light as we approach the midnight hour, right? This is Vincenzo'S Gold Crypto Investing, where you like, subscribe, and share for one-of-a-kind probability-based trading alert. And Vincenzo'S, a new thing we have, Vincenzo'S bullish or bearish trading indicators, right? To make it super simple and easy to trade this market. And we're going to update those. I think what we're going to do is the long-term indicators twice a week and the short-term indicators 3 times a week. And the short-term indicators, I'm going to tweak it. Like I've told you, this is going to be a beta, and I'm going to be tweaking it to make it better and more accurate for the intended purposes of the long and the short term. And for the short term, what we're going to do is we're going to make the short term, we're going to change the time frames, right? So you guys seem to in the short term be day traders, a lot of you. You don't really seem to be a lot of long-term hodlers in here. You seem to be more day traders and swing traders than hodlers. So you guys were preaching that you were hodlers, but you are definitely, the vast majority of this group are day traders. So our indicator for the short term will be narrowed down to probably a very short time frame to give you day-to-day, so it'll be more of a day-to-day thing than a month-to-month and week-to-week, and you know what I'm saying? So the short-term indicators, when they flash bullish, will be more of a swing trade and day trading opportunity, and when they flash bearish and start flipping bearish, in the day trade time frame to get the fuck out, and when they start flashing bullish in the day trading time frame and the swing trades, it's time to start getting into those, right? The same as when our long-term indicators start flash bullish, that's when you can start to accumulate long-term on these coins. If you are a long-term hodler and you're looking for spots to accumulate, right? But we can see XLM has come up beautifully in this little formation. It finally is trying to break out of it. In the 1 hour time frame, you can see it's bullish in the 50, 100, and 200 in the blue, the thicker lines, the blue, the green, and the red respectively, with the red being the 100 and then the 200 and then the 50. But you can see we're getting squeezed by our short-term indicators in the hour time frame. So this is something to watch out for. And you can also see we flip bearish in the momentum, right, in the hour time frame. So that's something to note. So what that leads me to believe is we're being forced down now, and we're going to come now and retest what we just broke out of and then attempt to break back bullish. If we can't hold that retest, see that this is long-term overhead resistance since we start getting beat down back, way back in May. Wow, it's been a long time now. It's been about a month and a half. That white line's been overhead resistance. I'm not seeing, we'll squeeze that down. I'm not seeing any real big volume. See that? The volume is still depressed. See that down now? The volume is still depressed. See that? So that's what I think is going to happen here is you're going to get rejected by these old, your old 2 lows you had a few weeks ago. You just so happen to be running into that major moving average of the 200-day and a 3-hour time frame up there. And I think it's a good spot to get chopped down, and you're holding support on it. And if you can't hold support, I think you're going to come back and retest. Because that's, even if you're going to break bullish out of this, even though Our short-term indicators are the day trading indicators broke bear or bullish back here. I should have been showing you this back there, but this is going to be really powerful tools as I show you. Our long-term indicators are bearish, and with really no volume, I think you're going to come back and retest this point, this white line that used to be overhead resistance for the last 6 weeks is now going to act as short-term underneath support at 25 cents. I think you're going to go back and back test that, and then if you can't hold that, this would be a classic fake out. And by fake out, I mean you're going to drop back into this triangle and then you're going to break lower. And this would have been a classic fake out to draw some people in the tank. We're going to keep an eye out on this for you. This is still Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing Watch, as I believe as we isolate in, oh, that's right, he said isolate closer, and we do. This is going to be a critical area. Can you get any kind, no, we don't want that there. Can you get any kind with our industry exclusive drawing tool, made at YouTube famous? Can we hold this and pop, or are we going to come down and retest? And then when we retest, can we pop and make up bullish and continue our bullishness? Or do we break this critical underneath short-term support and break down and then start going bearish again? I'll keep you updated in the next few days, as this will happen fairly quickly in XLM. Quant, I think, is a perfect example of what's going on with these other coins. These may have been leading indicators. And this is a beautiful head and shoulders topping reversal pattern in the daily time frame. And you can see we drew this out back where these stupid fucking dots are, where I forgot I had my drawing tool on, right? Get rid of that shit. This makes it look ugly. Get out of there. There we go. We drew it back here with our industry exclusive drawing tool, right? And now you can see it's almost at the neckline. Like I said, when it hits the neckline at about $61, that could be a nice pop to come back up and form this right shoulder, because this right shoulder is there out into the future, but we're getting closer to the future with our measuring tool. And when we come down here, look at me. Hello, I'm Vincenzo. Hello, hi, it's me, Vincenzo. When you want to look at Vincenzo, just look at this little circle right here, and this is Vincenzo perched. He's perched from the neckline, right? Industry exclusive perching tool. And you can see we formed the left shoulder. We're in the process of forming the bottom part of the head down to the neckline. Then we're probably at around the $61 pop into the right shoulder and then trade for a few days. Look it up here. Follow my arrow. We have House of Chan. A little bit of Chinese food coming to Vincenzo's house, right? Haven't had Chinese in a while. Had a little craving here after a little multa and hashisha, right? But you can see we're going to form the right shoulder, which starts the first week of July, which is next weekend. And then eventually we're going to end up at our target, because that is our target from the top of the head to the neckline on a breakdown is down here. So over the next 3 to 6 weeks, I expect this to run its course and we end up down there. But of course, I'll keep you updated, and that's an industry exclusive pattern, a head and shoulders topping reversal pattern, which are bearish, right? Inverse head and shoulders are the other way, where you have the head, the left shoulder, the head, the right shoulder, and it's inverted, so it's bullish, right? Because normal head and shoulders are topping reversal patterns, bearish. And inverse are the opposite, which means inverse, which are bullish reversal patterns, right? Bottoming patterns. This is a topping pattern, and it's a bearish reversal topping pattern and a head and shoulders, right? And then we're going to move the DGB. Yes. DGBs, all these coins, besides the two outliners that popped the other day, they're all following this. So this is the same thing as the other coin. DGB is going to probably, these moving averages are going to start to beat it down, and it's going to back test, and then it's got a decision. Does it hold our short-term support and pop, or is it going to fail to hold it and get rejected and come back down into this triangle and then break down and move down to our lower targets that we have right now, right? This is another Vincenzo watch as we interact with this right here. I'll keep you updated on this. This one had a little bit better of a spike in volume in the 2 hour, but it only had one volume spike, right? And then you can see the rest of it was lackluster. And if we zoom out, it's a little bit better in DGB than the other ones, but you can still see in the 3 hour time frame, it's clearly with our measuring tool here, our perching tool. Again, I'm up here, right underneath the 200 day as I pivot and I watch my jabronis from up here, right? And the criminal gangster cartel has had another manipulated pump, but you can see the volume is still crashing That leads me to believe this is going to die out before you make any substantial new highs, and you're going to come down to fulfill our lower targets, right? And that's about it for this. I've been extremely busy at work. The next week or two I'm going to be, and the signal is fucking horrible up there. So I have very limited time to do videos. Most of them will come on the weekend, but I'll still try to give you 3 videos a day, and then a quick update on break through work if I can get a signal, maybe on lunch when I drive out of the plant. But I'm going to try to make them high quality videos. I'll put out another one later on tonight before I go to bed. And we'll break down some more coins. Like, subscribe, and share. Peace and love. Peace and love. Phil, I don't think I got my point across, Phil. You seem to want to be the Rex eyebrow. You're not listening to me, Phil. I'm going to have my eyes wide open right now. I am not a financial advisor, nor do I play one on this radio show. This is strictly, can you see that, Phil? Entertainment and educational only. Phil, write it down, take a note, Phil, or I'm going to sue you.